Okay, so in this video we're going to do some examples with positive and negative trig values. And so if you actually put these into your calculator after we're done with this, you'll look and see that that trig value is going to be a positive or a negative value. So first thing I'm going to do, excuse me, is I'm going to go ahead and shrink this down, and I'm going to draw that graph that we had before. And that graph was our quadrant system, and we had A, S, T, C. And so this is where we're positive. Okay, so it was all sine, tangent, and cosine. So in the first quadrant, all of them are positive. Well, for number A, or number A, geez, for letter A, that's a 60-degree rotation. So that's in the first quadrant. So that means all the trig functions were positive. Let me just remove that from there. I don't like that it's there. So the solution to this is positive. So cosine is positive in the first quadrant. So let's move on to B. Well, we're going to rotate 210 degrees. So if I know this is 0, this is 90, this is 180, this is 270, 210 is going to be somewhere in here. Well, this is the third quadrant. Okay, so let's look at our little chart up here. What's positive in the third quadrant? Tangent. Okay, so what that tells us is every other trig function is going to be negative. So sine is going to be negative. So then if you take your calculator out, plug in sine of 210, you're going to get some number, and it's going to be negative. Okay, you need to be able to do this without a calculator, but it's nice to have that as you're learning this to understand that, hey, the number I'm getting is negative, so I believe what this guy's telling me. So tangent of 195 degrees. Now, tangent 195 degrees, I'm not going to draw it, but I know that's in the third quadrant. It's tangent, so I look back up here at my little chart, it's positive. Boom. So this chart lists where everything is positive. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to do a quick blank slide here. I'm going to redraw all students take calculus. Okay, so this is our first quadrant, this is our second quadrant, this is our third quadrant, and this is our fourth quadrant. So I want secant of 132 degrees. Okay, so secant, what I need to know is the reciprocal of what function? Cosine. So when I work with the reciprocal functions, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to look at my little graph, and 132 degrees, that's going to be in the second quadrant. So 132 degrees is the second quadrant. It's the reciprocal of cosine. Well, only sine and its reciprocal function is positive in the second quadrant. So that means everything else is negative. So if I did not that one. Hold on one second here. Oh, okay, I can't get rid of that. So let's now do another example. So I'm going to go ahead and just kind of put that, we'll call that A, and we'll do a B down here. So what about cosecant of 100 and, let's say, 47 degrees? Well, that's in quadrant 2, and sine is positive in quadrant 2, so its reciprocal function is also positive. Okay? So whatever the original function is, its reciprocal is the same thing. I just want to do a couple quick examples with that.